Government's all over the place now.
What is that? Oh, that's the.
That's our
is
live.
it
Yeah,
broadcast?
you're right. Yeah, that's all.
Is
on
it
you now.
broadcast?
It is. Yeah, actually, yes.
It is?
Yeah.
You gotta warn me.
As a
about
matter of fact, well, I'm
Is
sorry.
there any volume on it?
Not yet. I did learn.
That's preferable.
I know you said you're not one for this contract with carriers. Is there a reason? Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I was, yeah, you know, I was for conflict with the carrier. Because the criminal doesn't care about the conflict with the carrier. The criminal doesn't want you on. I'm still gonna go get my NC work.
You're right. That's always a broadcast. It is. Yeah, actually, it is. As a matter of fact, well, I'm sorry anymore. Not yet. I did learn. Oh, you go. Oh, you were still. I gotta figure out why. Huh? So is this our new output? You already get it, or is this yours?
okay to share?
At least I didn't have to wrap the gavel, sorry, so that's good. We call this meeting of the Pineville City Council for Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 to order. At this time, I would ask that everyone please rise for our invocation by Councilman Nathan Martin, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Tom Boucher.
Let's join together as we pray. Father, tonight as we gather on this, our regular meeting night, we don't want to just address these matters regularly. We want to approach these items and this agenda carefully, considerately, and requesting your wisdom for every item that appears before us. We thank you for the privilege of serving this city, and we pray that each decision that we make tonight will truly be guided by your wisdom and by what is good for the totality of our citizenry. We're also mindful as we gather of those who have walked through periods of loss or who may be walking through seasons of physical ailments. We thank you that you are our healer and our comforter. We pray that you'll show yourself that way strong to those who need that. Thank you again for this privilege. Please watch over those who watch over us. May they feel your comfort and safety. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Roll call, please, Mr. Clerk.
Councilwoman Galloway.
Here.
Councilman Dorn.
Here.
Councilwoman Frederick.
Here.
Councilman Boucher.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
Present, sir.
Mayor, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Item number 5 on the agenda is to accept the minutes of the May 14th regular council meeting as published.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Dorn, second by Councilman Martin. Any discussion from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6 on the agenda is our financial report, and we turn to our finance director, David Humphries, for that.
Mayor, council members, if you look at the financial report, our full cash account, our beginning balance is $1,946,957. The deposits of $2,369,407. Withdrawals of $2,486,678, leaving an ending balance of $1,829,686. Sales tax collections for May of '24 was $1,321,785. In comparison to May of '23, which was $1,317,349, which is a 0.3% increase. You'll look at the second page of the document, that's a $4,435 increase compared to last year. Year to date, for sales tax, we're up 3.14% for year to date. Mayor, council, that includes the financial report.
Motion by Councilwoman Frederick to accept the report as presented, second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any questions, council, of our finance director? Again, Mr. Humphries, appreciate the graph that you include each month that gives the city council a 10-year look back or a 9-year look back of the the sales taxes for that particular month over the 9-year period, and the growth that we're able to see with that certainly gives us a much greater visual than just previous year, as it is shown on the sheet. So thank you for that. Any questions from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, item number 7 on our agenda is to recognize Pineville police officers Hunter Rachel and Brandon Paul for their recent graduation from the Alexandria Regional Police Academy. I'll ask Chief to come forward and ask our newest recruits, our newest officers, rather, to come forward as well. Please stand.
So, both of these officers are recent graduates of the Alexandria Regional Police Academy about a month and a half ago, maybe a month and a half thereabout. Both of them excelled. I have the opportunity with all our graduates to teach about a week of high-intensity academic information to them, and they both excelled academically through firearms and all other aspects of the police academy. They both elected to have their training officers pin their badges on tonight. So I'll have Officer Kodiak Thompson and Officer Glenn Mixon come forward to do the honors for these officers. Officer Brandon Paul and Christian Rachel. We'll have badge pin and training come next. Tomorrow.
be here.
Thank you.
See Steve at different functions. We were at church together Sunday and had the opportunity to shake hands then, but didn't know I'd see him again so soon. So good to see you, Steve. Thank you for that. As we move to old business, item number 8, condemnation hearing for the single-family home on the lot at 101 Olive Street owned by Wanda O'Brien. Mr. Tom David, our engineer, normally conducts these hearings for us. Council, I'm going to ask, based upon my visiting and our city clerk visiting with Ms. Pryor, who was not able to be here tonight, that we table this particular agenda item until another meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Martin, second by Councilwoman Frederick. Any questions from the council about item number 8? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Appreciate you helping us with that as we try to move that one forward. Hopefully either at the next meeting or our August meeting. Item number 9 on the agenda, condemnation hearing for the single-family home on the lot at 103 Meyer Drive, owned by Bernard Hayes Jr. in care of Irma Hayes. Mr. Debbie.
Mayor and Council, this is our case file 2024-0010. This property is listed in the assessor's records and our tax records as being owned by Nax 1954 Realty Company, 221 Chevalier Drive, Ball. I believe the staff was able to make contact with a Bernard Hayes that may have some interest in this. The property was an attempt to serve the property owner by certified mail and regular mail. At the Nax 1954 Realty Company, the notice of hearing was acknowledged. This particular property has been recommended for condemnation. It has roofing issues, it has structural issues, it has access issues, it's a blighting influence on the community. I call it a condemnation by neglect in that it appears to have not had any improvements or tender care for many years. It's our recommendation that this property be condemned and the property owner be given 30 days to voluntarily demolish or clear the site. Is there anyone here representing either Nax 1954 Realty Company or Bernard Hayes Jr.? Sir, Mr. Hayes, who's this?
My name is Portland Tatum Sr.
Okay, Mr. Tatum, I think, tell us your interest in the property. Can y'all pick him up on hearing? Because I'd like for you just to stay seated, if Mayor, if that's okay. Tell us your name again, sir.
Portland Tatum Sr.
Tatum Sr. Can you tell us your interest in this property?
June 7th, 2023, I came to tax sale, earning 100% interest in paying back taxes.
Do you have, can you tell the mayor and council what your plans are for the property?
I'm going to refurbish it. I just had an accident on April 3rd of this year, so I haven't gotten around to it, but you say that it's been like that for years, and that changed it in 2015 to 12 months. So I came today to let everybody know that if it's not redeemable under law, and I like to take on the initiative to start the refurbishment process.
Okay, I don't know what you're meaning by redeemable. Under the condemnation hearings, this is whether or not that we believe this property will continue in its current state, which is a threat to the safety of the community. So, or whether it can be or will be renovated and rehabilitated. Do you have a history, or have you ever done this before? Can you give us a little background so we could decide whether or not, how you intend to do it? Is this a long-term project? Do you have the funding available to go through with the renovations in a 6-month period? Or what's your time frame for this?
Right now, I probably need a little more than 6 months, but yes, that's my intention to get it taken care of. I've done this before.
Mr. David, if I may interject, I'm need to verify with our tax clerk if Mr. Tatum indeed did purchase at the tax sale of June 7, 2023, the 103 Meyer Street, but unless the law has changed, Ms. Page, maybe you can tell, I don't know that Mr. Tatum has the ownership rights.
As of now, he did purchase it at the 2022 city sale. As far as I know, we're still doing the 3 years.
3 years.
Right, and so actually when he purchased it for 22 taxes, he actually purchased it in 23. So you have 23, 24, and 25 that he'll have to pay before anything can be done. So
Before it would be clearly his.
correct. Now, he does have interest in it, like he said, he purchased it, the taxes at 100%. And he is listed, his company is the NAX 1954 Realty.
But in reality, the actual owner of the property
It's
is
still-
still the owner of
correct.
the property, and they could go in and pay their tax plus whatever interest they owe
Correct.
and redeem it.
They have
And
up
they
to
would
3
still have it,
years.
but they got 3+ years to do it, so there's no ownership there, and in reality, he's really only paying tax on the land because the house is worthless.
Mayor and council, whenever I have a condemnation hearing, these things come up. And I don't involve myself in title research or ownership. It's what we use is the records that are owned for in the tax assessor. And y'all have heard me say this, that it's the duty, if there's an error in the assessment, it's the duty of a good steward of property ownership to go to the courthouse and correct that record. Under this particular, with the facts explained, if Mr. Tatum or the NAX 1954 Realty Company has an interest, it would be very risky for him to go forward with improvements until he has full title, but I'm not going to get into that. There's nothing that I've heard tonight that really makes me think we should change our recommendation. So I think this will continue to be a blighting influence on the community. If Mr. Tatum had full title to it, it might be a different story, but my recommendation remains the same.
If I may present some type of evidence towards the redemption part here.
Yes, sir, we don't dispute.
I think we don't dispute its redemption, but I think they tell us it takes you 3 years.
Yeah, let me give this to the city attorney. So, Mayor and council, we've done this before. We get into all these ownership interests. He needs to have title. We need to decide if we condemn it. And, I mean, my recommendation,
Doubt he has a financial interest.
I agree.
But that's different than having the title, the clear title. And so we're here to make a decision based upon the house as it currently sits in our records, which shows that it has been neglected by the owner. And, say on how we proceed. And I'm getting the nod from the city attorney that that interpretation is correct. So the recommendation has been made by our engineer, Mr. Tatum, with all due respect to the situation that you're in, which I certainly feel for that. There's another, we take a chance for another 2 years by just letting it exist as it is. So that's why we're bringing it forward now, and I am putting the recommendation of Mr. David on the floor for a motion.
I'd like to make that motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilman Dorn. Any question from the council?
So we would then give the owner, if we can figure out who this person might be, 30 days to voluntarily demolish it, and then we will demolish it. But the good news is we will not put a lien on that property because we have funds for the demolition.
That's our current plan.
There's a benefit here down the road, if you do take ownership, you wouldn't have to deal with demolition. It'd be clean for free for you.
My only question is, does this 18 months or 12 months apply to the redemption of a blight property from the city council?
Mr. Tatum, Mark Beal, our city attorney, we're not gonna decide what applies or doesn't apply. What we do know is you have a tax sale interest in the property. The owner's been notified. Your interest is partial until you get through the 3 years, and you still give them the opportunity to redeem. Whether it's 3 years or 18 months, you're in the same situation. And if the council chooses to go forward with the condemnation, they are more than welcome to go forward with the condemnation. You're in an unfortunate circumstance, but whether it's 18 months or 3 years, the most you have right now is a tax sale interest, and you have another owner, Mr. Hayes, I believe his name is, that is the actual owner who has been given notice of this hearing, who, as you've already said, has a right to redeem the property and go back to being full owner again. So the council is well within its rights to go ahead and go forward if they choose to.
If you could secure a clear title from this owner, you would be okay to probably go with that, but you don't have to. That's what it would take.
I just needed to know.
All right, any other question from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Tatum, and I know there'll be some follow-up with our tax department, but we're gonna proceed at this point with notifying said owner that property is condemned. Item number 10 on the agenda is a condemnation hearing for the single-family home on the lot at 212 Reagan Street, owned by Lee Tai Nguyen.
Mayor and council, this is case file 2024-004. This is related to a property at 112 Reagan Street in Pineville. Excuse me, 212, thank you. This property listed in the tax assessor's records as being owned by BTSV Properties, LLC. There is some indication from the administration staff that Mr. Nguyen has interest in this property at 609 Osiris Street. This particular property has been inspected and is in a blighted condition. It has debris and household garbage spread throughout it. It is accessible. It's probably a 1942 structure, wooden frame, pier and beam, that has a lot of wear and tear and deterioration in the structure. There is questions of whether or not this property can be realistically renovated, and that's a function of what the intentions of the property owners are. It is a blighting influence on the community, and unless testimony is given to convince us compellingly that this thing is going to be taken out of its current condition, our recommendation is the property be condemned and the property owner be given 30 days to voluntarily demolish the structure. Is there anyone here representing this property at this hearing? Okay, could you come up, ma'am, and state your name and address for the record and tell us what your intentions are? Can you come to the podium because we're trying to record it, or do you think it can be recorded from over there? Let's do it from the podium.
We certainly gave deference to Mr. Tatum in his situation as far as being able to get to the podium, but we always prefer, for, recording purposes. So, if you would, state your name and address for the record.
My name is Lily Thai Nguyen. I live in 609 Osiris, and I bought the 212 Reagan Street on May the 14th, so just 1 month ago. And we plan to renew it, and I have Mr. Reed right here. He is my contractor, and he will tell you what we're about to redo with the house.
Okay, if you would, please.
How you doing? I'm Clarence Reed, the owner of CNR Mentor Renovations. She purchased the house and asked me to take over the contract about a month ago, and then soon we purchased the house, they said, hey, it's on the condemnation list. And I said, okay, we'll go to the hearing, I'll come with you and represent you. We will be putting, matter of fact, with y'all blessing, we'll be putting a new roof on it next week, putting the windows, sealing them off, and sealing the doors off, scraping the paint off, and going on and painting it. The inside will be cleaned out. I have a dump truck where we pull up and we're gonna clean the outside and whole inside out. It got a lot of trash in there. Homeless people was probably living in it from my expectation, and we're gonna renovate that house. And it's gonna take me about 90 days, and I guarantee you within 90 days it'll be a totally different house.
Mr. Reed, what budget, just a general indication of what budget you're talking about for the renovation?
Close around, I'm saying around 35 to 40,000.
Okay. Mayor, the descriptions that Mr. Reed has given, and Ms. Nguyen has contracted, you've contracted with Mr. Reed, and you do understand that does sound like a reasonable budget for a renovation of that nature. Not 3 months sounds about right too. The question comes up in that is if you do implement that, then you would be an excellent candidate to take off the list. If you don't, then you would fall back into this condemnation hearing. So, Mayor, with the testimony offered, and I think it's exactly what we have wanted. We have a bona fide owner, we have a contractor, we have a stated contract amount. They did not tell us, in my example that I use figuratively, they didn't come up and say $3,000. This would look like a $35,000 to $40,000 rehab just to get it where it is decent, safe, and sanitary and habitable. They acknowledge they're going to clean out the debris and the blighting influence. And Mayor, unless there's any objections of mine, well, I would recommend that we give them that this particular hearing be tabled unless somebody has oppositions. And if it is not, if they don't live up to their commitments, then we bring them back.
Is there a certain time frame that we're looking at here?
I would say in his testimony 90 days. It looks like a 93-month. It's not a 6-month renovation. And so I think I would my recommendation is under the testimony that they do intend to move forward with a complete renovation and complete it within 90 days. Mr. Kenny, do they have, what are the permitting requirements for a renovation of that nature? Roofing, doors, windows?
The requirements will be for the front steps and also smoke detectors and so forth.
So you'll have to get a permit from the planning commission. Mayor, based on the testimony, I'll let, y'all have any questions of the petitioner, I mean, of the defendant?
You said that you'll start with the roof.
Yeah, you always start from the top and go down. Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is that, right now it's white and it's an eyesore. And if you start with those things, the exterior, and get it looking presentable, for the neighborhood surrounding.
Grass
I mean,
cut.
it's our main thoroughfare.
Yeah,
And if we can accomplish that in a reasonable amount of time, we're talking, what, 30 days or so like that?
within 30 days, I had the grass cut, yard cleaned, and the roof on, and the paint, it'd be painted. So that, and boarded up, because, or if I get the, depending on how it roll, you know what I'm saying, with my workers, I might be able to get the windows put in before, 30 days, but if the most, I know I had a roof on it, straight painted, yard looking like, someone lived there, and.
That's basically, it's where the heartburn is.
I know it.
The city is, there's a number of people pass by there, and people that are coming to City Hall for various reasons, and that's some of the things that they see.
Yes, sir.
So in 90 days, it will be complete?
90 days,
Around?
90 days is what the one I shoot for, because Mr. Kenny tell you sometimes you run into electrical problem, run into a plumbing problem, throw you back a little bit. But 90 days, but in 90 days, you won't know the house, it looked like it looked. It have the windows in and all that. Maybe some electrical work have to be done, or some plumbing has to be, ran through the ground, some little hole up there, but for the floors and all that, it'll be done.
Please understand, Mr. Reed and Ms. Wynn, that part of the issue, obviously, is how it looks, but part of the issue is security.
Yes.
Because the door is wide open, there's some boards on some windows, we've spoken to previous owners, it seemingly has changed hands a couple of times in one day, from what I understand.
Yes, it did.
We don't just need, we'll see right away if you're keeping the commitment to getting it cleaned out and so forth. We won't have to wait 90 days to see that.
No,
We'll see
sir.
that right away.
You'll see that right, within 30 days, you'll see that.
But if it's not secured, we're gonna have some of the same issues from a policing standpoint and from the administration standpoint. And we will move quickly to correct that if it's not corrected.
But what I do is, my goal is to put the, first thing is probably going in there and clean it out for sure, and put new doors on there for the people to lock it in. And then, we'll focus on the roof and all that at the same time. But I definitely put new doors on that, because I don't want nobody going in and out of property I work on.
The work you've done.
That part right there,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to wiring and copper and stuff. Yeah.
So the question I have, Mr. Kenny was saying the new roof and a front porch, right?
But of course, that comes with it, the steps and stuff like that, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? You can buy some steps and sell them right there, because they wouldn't step would eliminate that.
I think that if you're bringing the kind of report that we want to hear, that you're gonna take this on, take care of the property, you're gonna work with the permit
Yeah.
department, get that straight, so I think that's good work.
Thank you.
So Mayor, Mr. Velor, do we put on record the commitment that the property owner has made, and then do we table, or do we take an action, because it's either condemn or table or delay? So I think in this case, if they don't meet their commitment, we'll bring it back up as a new hearing and send you new notices and start this process all over. If you live up to your commitments and are successful, then we will never see y'all again, hopefully, except it.
Well, I hope you would see me do some more work,
Do some more work.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Mayor, I'd like to make that recommendation.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway that we table condemnation action at this time. Second by Councilman Dorn. public question?
I'm gonna have to abstain on this vote.
Any, public question? There being none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Do we have an abstention?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Reed. Item number 11, under old business, condemnation hearing for the single-family home on the lot at 204 Dorothy Street, owned by Carlos Del Rio. Mr. Debbie.
Mayor and Council, this is a condemnation hearing on 204 Dorothy Street. It's our case file 2024-05. This is property listed in the assessor's records by either Mr. Jerry Johnson or Carlos Del Rio. Carlos Del Rio's address is 2804 Summerwood Lane, Alexandria. Mr. Johnson's address is 2026 North MacArthur Drive. We have evidence of a receipt of the hearing from Mr. Johnson through the certified mail. The deliveries, we attempted service to Carlos Del Rio and it was returned.
Mr. Tom, on this one, Jerry Johnson just has interest in it from a tax sale. So Mr. Del Rio is the original owner.
Okay. Thank you. And this particular property, if you look at it, if you can check from the photographs, there's extensive damage and lack of care across the whole front. The front porch or the front covered area is in severe disrepair. You can tell there was been some attempts to do some work inside it, but it's just been more demolition and vagrant activity than actual improvement of what it looks like. The property is extensive signs of neglect. I'll be honest, that's the nature of it. And it's our recommendation based on its blighting influence and its threat to the community as because of its unsafe condition, its ability to be habitated by vagrants and others, that it's considered a safety factor in the community, and we would recommend the property be condemned and the property owner be given 30 days to voluntarily demolish and clear the site. Is there anyone here representing the property owner? Is there anyone here representing the property at 204 Dorothy Street? Let the record reflect that there's no one here at the hearing, Mayor, to represent or put up any contrary opinions.
You've heard Mr. Davies' recommendation. Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilman Boucher. Any questions, further questions from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. On to item number 12. Condemnation hearing for the single-family home at the lot 307 Stephen Street, owned by Paige Megan. Thank you. Mr. Debbie.
Okay, Mayor. This is a condemnation hearing on 307 Stephen Street. It is our case file 2024-011. The tax assessor records indicate that the property is owned by Mr. Nagan. It also, and y'all can help me out, I see in the file that it's also listed as Nax 1954 Realty,
We have the same,
the same issue.
right.
That Nax has an interest from a tax sale on this property. We
So can we,
Well, we sent service to Ha Nan, N-G-A-N, I apologize for not getting the, and he did acknowledge receipt of the document. And, the property in this particular case, the exterior envelope has been secured, which is a good thing. It looks like there has been some effort to perhaps start a renovation, but there's no indication otherwise. The property, if continues to be a blighting influence on the neighborhood, and we can't really tell from the photographs if they're undertaking a renovation effort or it's been a vandalization effort. Till we hear testimony from the property owner, Mayor, our recommendation is that it be condemned and we go through the same process of a 30-day demolition and clearance. Is there anyone here who is representing, who would represent the interest of 307 Stevens Street? Yes, sir. Please come to the podium. Okay. State your name and address for the record.
Yes. My name is Nan. I'm reside on 6009 West Alexandria Drive. I live in Alexandria. So I'm actually bought the building of 307 on Stephen Street in Pineville on February 27 because from the picture that I see was, you know, they do some work on the rooftop and they start like, you know, change out windows, stuff like that. So that's why I'm interested in buying it, but I didn't know it's in the condemned list until, you know, I get a notification from, you know, Mr. Kennedy and, you know, the other police, but I already got my contractor as, for, you know, help me to renovate everything.
You're planning to move forward with
Yes,
a
sir.
similar renovation
Yes, sir.
effort, and your contractor is Mr. Reed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Reed, tell the mayor and council what your intentions are and how, for this particular property.
This home here, when we came to it, it was, we got a new roof on it, brand new windows. I got some pictures. We done already put started with R&J. We gotta finish getting the permit, doing electric work in it. And we have the unit, already an AC unit ran in it. We're gonna put central air in it. And I already started doing all the siding on the house. It's almost complete. All we have the back. So, and we cut all the trees down and cleaned it up. And even the neighbor like, wow, you know what I'm saying? This house looks 100% different already. So I'm saying within this house here, approximately 30 days, maybe 60 days, we'll be through with it.
Get a permit?
Yeah.
If not, we get one?
Yeah, we had to wait for this to come, this hearing before I can go through with the full.
because it was on the list.
Yeah.
Mr. Reed, can we see the photo?
Yes.
It is the Lavispheres, Mr. Kevin.
Huh?
It was the Lavispheres.
Cross there.
Mr. Reed, what is, for the record, can you tell us what
Ms. Reed, you
your,
want to take a look at that too? It's actually, this is Councilwoman Gallo right there.
Mr. Reed, public, tell me about what range of renovation dollars you're talking about?
On this one here,
Contract for this
is,
one.
we're looking between, 45,000.
Okay,
Yeah, sir.
and your intention, what's the name of your company for the record?
CNR Mentors Incorporation.
You have that?
Make sure y'all get that. Tell your
And,
friends.
It's in the picture.
Tell your friends, you know.
okay, and, let's see, you're thinking you can be completed in 60 days, you're
Yes, sir.
spending somewhere between 35 and 45,000.
Yes.
The renovation is already underway. You are the owner. Somebody claims some ownership interest, but I'm not getting into that right now. You are the owner of the property as we understand it. So our recommendation, Mayor, based on the testimony of the property owner and backed up by a testimony of his contractor, that my recommendation is that this property be taken off the condemnation list and this matter be tabled. Mr. Velar, that good? Table.
It'll maintain the list, just take
To the table.
And because of that action, Mr. Kenny, we could proceed with a permit, you know, and then that, we reserve the right to come back if this does not go forward, you know, to completion. So I have a motion by Councilwoman Galloway, my second, help me out. Councilman Dorn. Excuse me. I just had a lot of thoughts running through my head. The voices didn't get clearly in there. Any further questions from the council?
How much money do you have into it already?
We have approximately about 25,000 to it.
And it shows. Any question or comment from the public? Yes, sir. Sir?
Still hold interest.
It's been redeemed.
Oh, well, I didn't receive any.
No, it's just been redeemed.
Oh,
That'll be taken care of. That's good. Any other public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries for item number 12.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Last item under old business, condemnation hearing for the single-family home on the lot at 1029 Aaron Street, owned by Michael Hanson Keys.
Mayor and Council, this is a condemnation hearing, 1029 Aaron Street. It's our condemnation case file, 2024-12. This property is listed in the tax assessor's records as being owned by Michael Hanson Pease, or is it, I don't, is the first name on our tax assessor records as Pease, Michael Hanson, or you think it's Michael Hanson Pease, 1027 Aaron Street. Trying to find the service documents.
Yes, his middle name is Hanson.
Middle name is Hanson, Michael Hanson Pease. Service was acknowledged from Mr. Pease, the certified mail. This particular property was secure when the inspection was made. It is showing signs of neglect. Very little care has been taken in the yards and around the property. It's when the date of the inspection, it was covered with vines. It is clearly a blighting influence on the community. There are some access issues that could be improved upon. This particular property is a blighting influence and needs some attention. I'd like to hear, perhaps this one's a little different, Mayor, I'd like to hear there's, the property owner has some intentions of what he plans to do with this before we make our recommendation, because it is on the borderline, and I'd like to see what someone could tell us, whether or not it's truly a candidate for condemnation, or if there's an intention of the property owners to make the type of improvements that would take it off the list. So if y'all would allow me that discretion, I'd ask if there is the property owner, anyone here, to offer any testimony as to his planned improvement. Sir, come up to the podium, please.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. Thank you for coming out to see us, sir.
Thank you so much.
Your grant. State your name for the record and address.
Michael H. Pease.
Mr. Pease, okay. Mr. Pease, do you have any plans? What is your plans for this property?
All right, in relation to the grass being high, we have when it rains, as you know, it pours, and I have a lot of problems with that grass growing so much, we have to, when it's wet, you can't mow it, you know. And, I've cleaned up the property. Right now, I've got it looking like a golf course. The vines, I'm taking those off the house. They're back, most of them are off now. And,
What's your plans for the property? Is it gonna remain vacant? Do you plan to renovate it? Do you plan to paint it? Do you plan to roof it? Do you plan?
yes, sir. Roof, it needs a roof, some cosmetic interior work.
Is it occupiable now?
No,
Has it been rental property? Or has
no,
it been?
it belonged to, I was living there with my son, and my mother moved down from Oklahoma. And I had a little lot there, and rather than her go try to find an apartment, I went ahead and told her, let's build a little house here. Well, she passed, I moved into it, and used the house, or the old house, for storage, just,
Okay.
I'm worried that, it's two houses on one lot. And, I haven't had it divided yet, and I'm worried if something, worst case scenario, they'd take that house, and, I got two houses on one lot. I'm gonna have it divided, I hadn't done that yet. But,
What about
when
the
did you-
storage building in the back, Mr. Pease? The storage building in the back is rotten and looks like it,
you talking about the old shed?
the old shed, yeah.
That old shed back there, yeah. I'm discussing about going ahead and maybe just tearing that down and maybe use it, parking, more area, put some gravel in there, whatever,
Mr. Pease, I think properties like this get brought on the list because they're not shown the attention that residential properties should be given with consideration of the neighbors. And I would tell you that everybody in Pineville deals with rain and deals with high grass.
I know.
And I think you wouldn't even be here if we were dealing with that, but because of that neglect, it's now moved into the property. I think, Mayor, that if there is a commitment, I really don't see it tonight moving, but I would say it is a candidate for condemnation by neglect. If he continues to let it stay in its current condition and gives it no attention and no care, doesn't do anything with the roofing, the extra envelope, it will be a condemnation by neglect 5 years from now, surely. But if he takes the care to put it back into the attention that it
That's what
needs,
I'm
he
doing.
can save the structure. If not, we will be tearing it down at some point in the future. So my recommendation, based on, unless y'all have other information, my recommendation is this one also be tabled, but to caution you that you can come back in if it does, in our opinion, move to.
That's correct.
Basically, you condemned it yourself
That's
because
right.
you didn't take care of it.
That's exactly
Okay.
right.
Mr. Pease, can you give us a timeline of when you hope to
Okay,
address some of the things that you're talking about? I mean, I'm not putting anything
No,
in
no, no,
writing, I just kind of get an idea.
You gonna start on it like 30 days
oh, it would be longer than that.
before you can start?
Oh, no. No, we're working on it now, as I speak. Not inside yet, we're working the yard, and I'm working my way in. I tore all the vines down. Looks good, really does. the house is not actually falling in, per se, you know, it's not nothing like that.
So, Mr. Debbie, is the recommendation?
My
is to
recommendation would be tabled, and,
keep it on the condemnation.
it's gonna
list.
stay on our list as a possible candidate. If it moves and he doesn't live up to his commitment, it's a blighting influence on the neighborhood. We get some complaints from neighbors and council members spot it. We'll move it back on the list. We'll have another meeting.
Correct.
Okay?
No, go ahead.
My recommendation is it be tabled, Mayor, with the comments from the property owner taken into consideration.
How long?
Well, you just need forever. You need to
Oh,
take care of it.
yeah, okay. All right,
You
yeah.
need to start taking care of it right
Yes,
now,
sir.
the same way everybody else in the city
Okay.
takes care of their yards.
Okay.
Okay?
Mr. Pease will come back in 60 days and revisit this.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fine.
I make the motion, we give you 60 days to work on it.
Okay, now, if you put a lien on my house.
We're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna put.
That's not.
No, I'm talking about in a scenario. Me having two houses on one lot, is that gonna, if something coming at, can you put a lien
Okay.
against two houses? I mean, I have nowhere to live, you know?
No, wait a minute. Okay, we're not even going there, but if we do condemn it
Mhm.
and we do tear it down and we do fund it under the grant program, we won't place a lien at all. There is a chance at some point in the future, we could condemn it, we could tear it down and place a lien. So there's a lot of complications going here. Under the program right now, we do intend of any properties we condemn until we get about the first 20 done, that we won't place a lien. But that's not even a discussion right now. I
Right,
think your question is if we placed a lien and we did tear a house down and there are two houses on a lot, I'm gonna claim that. I don't know how you get two houses on a lot. I'm gonna call it a non-conforming pre-existing use, and it's kinda.
The lien's gonna go to the property.
Yeah, so lien just goes on the property. But we're not talking liens right now.
Right, okay.
Under the legal description, it has 1027 and 1029.
1029 is, my old house, the one we're talking about.
Oh, that's two lots.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
we
all
have a
under
problem.
one assessment, but it's two
Yeah.
addresses.
We won't worry about that.
We're not worried about that right now.
Okay.
You clean your property up and these people are gonna be happy.
I just like one, I'm gonna do this. How much would it cost for y'all to come in there and get that house? You go by the size and.
That house will cost us, by the size of it, more than 5,000 and less than 10,000. Doug, you agree?
But remember, I mean, I think the conversation might as well be had, that he fully understands that if it goes with the program and we're able to get it into the program, we would pay that amount to have it taken down and you wouldn't have to pay anything. And it would be gone and clear and no lien at all. And you'd have one house on one lot. The current house you live in.
Yeah. He's going.
Program won't exist anymore. This is a right now program.
Mhm.
You can benefit from if you choose to do that.
Uh-huh.
And you wouldn't have to put any money into fixing the house. It could be taken down in this program.
Okay.
If you wait, you're probably gonna have to pay for it, if you have to condemn it.
Right. Right.
Mayor and council, the issue I have on this one is it's not truly one of the typical ones we see here. It's right on the fence. And therefore, we can't really decide what to do. He wants to clean it up, he wants to, but I would tell you that if you change your mind and think it would be to your benefit to allow us to tear the house down and no lien, you need to get with the mayor and we'll make another inspection and bring it back up for condemnation. Would that make sense? Because I don't think we can make that decision right now.
I just wanted to be.
But that's an option for you. If you sleep on it and say, because you're already on the list, if we're giving you the opportunity to clean it up, if you change your mind and say, look, this is best for my family in the neighborhood and it clears this blighting influence out, then we're gonna do our best to put you in the program, tear it down at no cost to you, clean your lot up. Mayor, you agree? So you think about that, and if you think that that's to your benefit, because it'll be a benefit to the neighborhood and the public.
Yeah.
But you could let the mayor know and we'll pull you back in here.
Okay.
But right now, we're letting you go if you just mow the yard, clean it up,
Oh, it's done. Looks good.
okay?
I'm proud of myself.
So the motion is to table, the condemnation action tonight and, with the, keeping it, giving him 60 days, to show progress, that would keep him from coming back before the council.
And just to be clear, that's progress on the house, not just cleaning the yard.
Yeah, on the house too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's progress on the house if you choose to clean it up, not just keeping the yard cut.
That's right.
Improving the house.
Yes.
But you got 60 days to decide if that's what you're gonna do, or you wanna give it to the mayor and say, put me in the program.
Okay. Now,
It needs to be secure so people can't be getting in there when you're not there.
all right, what's the program name? Is this?
It's our Community Development Block Grant, Blighted Properties Program. So we have a grant from the government to tear down about 20 blighted properties around the city, residential properties.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind, and if I change my mind within the 3 months, I'll get back with you.
Yes, sir. I'll be calling.
Yeah, I expect you to answer the phone. Yeah, I'm joking with you.
2 months.
2 months?
60 days, 2 months.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm having to,
60 days.
Oh.
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Gotcha.
Do I have a motion to that effect? Motion by Councilwoman Galloway. Second by Councilman Dorn. Any further question from the council?
Thank you.
Any
Yes, sir.
public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Dean.
New business. Item number 14, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners of 522 Meyer Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation. Motion by Councilwoman Frederick, second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any questions about this resolution from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 15, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners of 206 Ball Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation.
I make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilman Boucher. Any question from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners of 302 Andrews Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation. Motion by Councilman Dorn, second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any questions from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 17, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners of 202 Andrews Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation.
I make that motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilman Boucher. Any question from the council on item 17? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 17 carries. Item 18, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners of 335 Baker Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation.
I make that motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway,
Second.
second by Councilman Boucher. Any questions from the council about item number 18? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 18 carries. Item number 19 under new business, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners of 516 Baptist Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dorn, second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any question from the council about item 19? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item schedule a public hearing for condemnation.
I make that motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilman Boucher. Any any further questions from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item 20 carries. Item number 21, approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to serve notice to the property owners at 1703 Melrose Street and schedule a public hearing for condemnation.
I make that motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilman Boucher. Any questions from the council about item number 21? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 22, approve a resolution declaring the town hall as the official journal of record pursuant to revised statute 43-141.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dorn, second by Councilman Martin. Any question from the council?
Yeah, I have a question. Now that we have another, the Refuge Journal and some other things that are online, are we at a point where we can actually discuss?
No, sir, we're not.
Where
The legislature has not deemed it.
Still has to be printed paper?
The legislature has not deemed it necessary to change that statute yet.
Man, I think Refuge Journal got more reach.
Call your state representative and each state senator, let them know. Because I have.
Yeah, I'll let them know.
Okay. Any further question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 23, approve a resolution declaring items in City Hall administration as surplus for the purpose of selling, donating, auctioning, or disposing of as necessary.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Boucher, second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any question from the council? You see the items on your iPads. Any question on that? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item 23 carries. Item 24 on the agenda, introduce, except for publication, refer to zoning, a petition for rezoning of 11.2547 acres located at 2136 Rainbow Drive, belonging to Pineville Development LLC from C1 to C3 for the purpose of the construction of a new automobile dealership. Motion by Councilwoman Galloway, second by Councilwoman Frederick. This is just being introduced and referred to zoning for a hearing in July. Any questions from the council?
Just a quick question for Tom. How much is 1/1000th of an acre?
1/1000th is 43,560 square feet in a acre. So if you take 1/1000th, that might be like 4. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not doing the math. I could divide it out.
I've just never seen a legal description to get to the 1,000th of an acre. That's very impressive.
They make you do that now. It's ridiculous. I think they make you take it down to that, and it's part of the surveying standards, which are ridiculous.
That's pretty intense.
Any other questions from the council? Any public question or comment? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 25, recommendation from the Finance Committee regarding the budget. Our chairperson is Councilwoman Frederick.
Mayor, I just want to say thank you to the council, city leaders, and the department heads, and my 2 citizen members of the finance committee, Mr. Zords, Mr. Durant, who was there last night. We had a long evening and very productive. Appreciate Mr. Humphreys enormously for the work that he did, and the committee acknowledged that verbally during the meeting, and we want to recommend adoption of both the budgets, the amended budget for year ending 2024 and the new budget ending fiscal year 2025.
So that recommendation moves forward from the finance chair, or she is presenting that in the form of a motion. Second by Councilman Boucher. Any further discussion from the council? Our next agenda item speaks specifically from the ordinance standpoint of the introduction. This is just accepting the recommendation of which all members of the council were present for that finance committee meeting last night, which just went over 3 hours, but was very, very productive. Any further questions from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? The recommendation carries for item 25. Item number 26, introduce, except for publication, an ordinance amending the budget for fiscal year 2023-2024 and other matters with respect thereto. Motion by Councilwoman Frederick, second by Councilwoman Galloway. This is what we will take action on the last business day of this current fiscal year to amend the budget that we're currently operating in. Any questions from the council? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 27 on the agenda, introduce, except for publication, an ordinance adopting and appropriating the budget for fiscal year 2024, 2025, and other matters with respect thereto. Second. Motion by Councilwoman Frederick, second by Councilman Boucher. Any questions from the council? Any public question or comment? We ask on each item, there being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item 27 carries. That leads to item number 28. Call for a public hearing and special council meeting on June 28, 2023 at noon for the adoption of budgets, which will be both the amended and the public hearing on the introduced budget for 2024, fiscal year 2024-2025.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dorn, second by Councilwoman Galloway.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I got my It said 23, just to make sure the motion's clarified, it's 24. Sure enough.
The motion reflect that it's 24.
24.
June 28, 2024.
Correct, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I was here in 2023, but that doesn't count. All right, so Friday, June 28, 2024, as amended. Any other questions from the council?
Hey, Mayor, we got to vote on that, right? Again, I like to, not to pass this opportunity without thanking Mr. Humphrey and Councilwoman Frederick for their hard work and working on this budget. I mean, 3 hours of our afternoon to go there and look at and make a few recommendations, which didn't amount very much, but get some explanations and to appreciate the hard work that these two have put in, along with all the department heads, our chiefs, and everybody that worked on these budgets. I mean, I'd like to say thank you. And as I said last night, Palmer has truly been blessed. I can remember working on budgets years ago when we were talking about equipment and just wishing for it. When we had the inability to replace our patrol units, and we had very few take-home patrol units, if any. I can't remember exactly, but if my memory serves me. And to be able to have the opportunity to see the equipment, to do things for our employees, to do the road repairs and things that people are seeing, citizens are seeing throughout the city, is truly a blessing. And thank everyone for the hard work. Mr. Humphrey, thank you, sir. Councilwoman Frederick, thank you.
Appreciate that, and a lot of credit
you know, I don't know how much that we would get into it, or how many people will be here at noon when we get to vote, you know, on it. But this was one of the meetings in that 3 hours last night, looking at the amended budget coming in for this current year that will end at the end of this month. You know, I think it's the first time I've ever seen that some departments, you know, came in under budget, and yet we didn't want for a whole lot. I mean, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like they didn't get what we needed to get for the department. So, you know, the job that they're doing and this administration is doing in following the budgets almost as if it, I mean, we are, you know, like a business, you know, and keeping a tight lid on it with, as they said, with Mr. Humphreys and everybody. It was just really a good meeting last night, and it was great to see.
It was. Any further comment or question from the council on item 28? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 28 passes. Item 29, approve a resolution to ratify the declaration of emergency signed by the mayor on June 5th, 2024 regarding the repair of the above-ground water storage tank on Janet Drive.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Councilman Dorn, second by Councilman Martin. As explanation, we had to take our 1,000,000-gallon water storage tank offline for some major repairs to it. Likewise, the well that normally pumps good water there on Janet Drive has been inactive for the last 30 plus, maybe even 45 days now. While we've been going through this, we have a temporary tank set up of two 20,000-gallon tanks, so 40,000 gallon, which is way short of the 1,000,000-gallon capacity. But we are trying to move quickly with a contractor to get the 1,000,000-gallon tank back in operation. And because of the danger to the public and due to the fact that we are not even started summer yet, but about to, even though it feels like we have, we are taking this emergency declaration so that we can move quicker to get those items in place. So just to be clear on why the emergency declaration was declared. Any question from the council? Did I have a motion and a second? Any public question or comment? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, council. We, while we made you aware of what we were doing, we needed in a public meeting to make that official. So,
Well, just kudos for you and your staff for the way y'all handled this situation.
And not waiting to the last minute to try to fix something when you see it's, you know, an issue. I mean, we just can't afford to wait.
it's certainly been a team effort, and you know, in addition to working with Mr. David and the Department of Health, we've moved quickly and productively to get some repairs and contractor in place. So, item number 30 on the agenda: approve a resolution declaring the intention of the city to proceed with financing in an amount not to exceed $10 million for the purpose of financing any costs associated with the constructing and acquiring improvements, extensions, and replacements to the waterworks system and sewer system of the city, authorizing an application to the Louisiana Local Government Environmental Facilities and Community Development Authority of the Louisiana State Bond Commission, and providing for matters with respect thereto. So moved by Councilman Boucher. Second by Councilman Martin. Again, this is an effort that we're trying to take advantage of some opportunities that we have to make some other improvements and leverage existing money that we have to get these, which includes that 1,000,000-gallon storage tank, get that moving. So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Any question or comment from the public? There being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Roll call, please, Mr. Clerk.
Councilwoman Galloway?
Yes.
Councilman Dorn? Yes. Councilwoman Frederick?
Yes.
Councilman Boucher?
Yes.
Councilman Martin? Yes.
Thank you, council. We've been trying to keep you briefed individually on these efforts, and we, dealing obviously with a very aged water and sewer system, and try to make the improvements that we can with the cash that we have, in addition to what we have the ability to bond out. Item number 31 on the agenda, executive session to discuss potential legal action involving a former employee.
Mayor, make a motion that we, go ahead.
Mayor, even before that, historically, obviously, it's up to you, the council. You'll have entertained public comment prior to going into the session. You do have that option if you choose to. If not, it's 100%.
Do appreciate that. If the will of the council is, I step back from item 31 and would ask, is there any public comment, question or comment? We don't hold it to just items on the agenda. If you have although we ask for each agenda item, if you have a question or comment, but any public comment to come before the mayor and council in this public setting?
You can say anything now? I'm just asking.
Yes, sir.
3 minutes. 3 minutes, Mr. White.
After you get.
I wanted to say something, what y'all have done over here on this side of the river.
Let's wait till you get to the podium and identify yourself.
Yes,
Name
sir.
and address.
When you watched it, you didn't use your time as you were walking up.
Okay. My name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. I live at 3638 10th Street in Alexandria, Louisiana. I've been a resident of the Alexandria Pineville area for 63 years. I want to thank y'all. I've been listening to 970 AM. And Mayor, we enjoy hearing you every month. And now our mayor's not doing that, but that's another question. But y'all people over here, you listen to your public and everything. You don't try to beat them down or anything like that when they got a question, and I salute that. But this Friday, y'all are gonna be saluting the flag. I tried to bring that up just a few minutes ago at our city council meeting, and they didn't want to hear it. And I thought that was so disrespectful and stuff, because I wanted Alexandria to participate with Pineville saluting the flag. We just had D-Day, June 6th. We just had Memorial Day, and now we've got Juneteenth. Then next month it will be the 4th of July. I spent 15 years over here as a military police officer at Camp Beauregard, now it's a National Guard training base. And y'all know I love law enforcement. And me and the chief, we kind of disagree on this constitutional carry issue, but we're not disagreeable about it. I just believe that every citizen needs to carry arms and stuff, because the criminal, and I used to work with criminals at Oakdale. Yes, sir. Thank you for telling me that. And they don't want the citizens to be armed. So, like I said, I'm for constitutional carry. Thank y'all for Flag Day coming up this Friday. I wish I could be over there for that. And thank y'all for supporting the veterans and everything, because I know y'all support the police and the veterans and your firefighters and stuff. Thank you so much for letting me say this and not beating me down.
Thank you, sir. Any public comment or question? There being none,
I just want to say I appreciate Mr. Barrett coming and sitting through the entire meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But I've heard about their school board meetings. So. We do really appreciate that, and I will say, I see Steve quite regularly, not only at public meetings, but he comes to the mayor's office, he comes to City Hall to talk to us about things that relate to our school board and our district in particular, and I appreciate that engagement, and say that on the record, and glad that you come, and to the councilman's statement, sticking with us through the entire meeting, so thank you, Steve.
Well, thank you very much. It's corny, but it's true. Teamwork makes the dream work.
It does.
and transported her and made her comfortable. She always say just how nice, we really have some nice police and fire. They all so nice people. And she says, and you really need to thank them and do more. I said, well, maybe we just invite them over, we don't have to get a ride. But she always say how nice and courteous you all are. And, I wanted to pass it on, because, sometimes we don't think about what people do for us. And we certainly don't thank them enough that, when we call people in times of crisis, and, they come and make our lives better for us. So I wanted to pass that on. Thank you.
Pretty good impression of black.
You've been with her a long time.
Yeah. 40 years.
I mean,
I have a motion on item number 31 to enter executive session. Second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Mayor and council, along with our
Yeah, Mayor, we just finished executive session, so we need a motion to end the executive session, re-enter the meeting, and then you can conduct the rest of the meeting.
Is that two motions?
Motion to re-enter, and you can say that at the same time, motion to end and motion to re-enter, all in one motion is fine.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to exit the executive session and re-enter our normal session.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Frederick, second by Councilwoman Galloway. Any question from the council? Any public question or comment? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Would that technically be item number 32?
It's just part of the executive session.
All right, gotcha.
Any further comments? Motion to adjourn?
Still moved.
Motion by everyone. Second by everyone. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Let's please stand for closing prayer.
All right, let's pray real quick. Father, thank you so much for the opportunity to serve your people. And thank you for the hard work of each individual who serves this city. We honor them. We pray as we go forth from here, we'll be comforted by your peace and guided by your spirit in all matters there. May we find, as we often say, that things are peaceful and in order when we arrive at home. Thank you for your protection of our lives.